A motion to continue cases 2-A on the list to 2-H. Has there been a second? Is there any discussion on the motion? All those in favor of granting the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Give me a few minutes to organize my paperwork.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
could we move the case, unfinished business, case A to next? We have an interpreter that we have to call, and we'd like to get that one done first, if that's possible.
I have no problem with any, that's fine. We will now take up a request for fine reduction in case 20-77962. Respondent is Anna Morozova.
Mr. Chair, we're going to need a couple minutes to get.
Sure, I need a couple of minutes myself.
All right, we're going to have to get the interpreter on the phone. Because that's where the interpreter is all going to be on the phone. Okay, so we'll bring you all over there.
Yeah, they have an interpreter on the phone.
Question, if you don't mind, would it be okay if I wait on the outside, because both my husband and I are high risk medically, have high risk medical issues, and I'd like to know when my name is called? Would it be okay if I just wait outside until my name is called?
Yes.
Thank you.
Hi, is the interpreter on the line?
Yes, I'm on the line.
Okay. All right, just stand by for us. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Let me know when you're ready.
Thank you.
Okay, we're back on the record. We'll consider a request for fine reduction in case 20-77962, Code Compliance Officer Alan McDaniel, Respondent Anna Morozova, address of violation 2735 Rio Court, violation of Chapter 26, Section 8.11, Sub E, bare soils, dead palm fronds, violation of Chapter 9, Section 9-2, Subset H, stagnant pool water. Who will be testifying? Please state your name.
Me,
Well,
State your-
both
tell
of
them
you
your
will be
name.
talking?
Anna Morozova.
And who was with you?
Davita Porter,
And you are
a friend who knows the situation.
you going to be a witness?
Possibly, I don't know if I'll be needed.
Have both of you been sworn?
Yes, we both have been sworn.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to ask you, you're asking for a fine reduction. It's your opportunity to tell us why you're entitled to this relief.
Can
Mr. Chair,
she
I have
use
to
her
present the
interpreter?
facts.
Oh, I thought we already had the party.
No, we haven't
No.
done that.
Okay, now, can we come over there now?
You can.
So, Alan,
Would you like me to proceed?
when you say what you're gonna say it slowly and in short sentences so that the interpreter can interpret what it is that you're saying.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Officer McDaniel.
For the record, Alan McDaniel, Code Compliance Officer for the City of Punta Gorda, and I have been sworn. Interpreter, you can go ahead.
Здравствуйте, с вами говорит переводчик. The interpreter is ready for your instructions.
Здравствуйте.
On March 24th.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Okay. On March 24th, 2021, the board imposed a penalty against the respondent, Anna Morozova, in the amount of $7,000 plus case costs incurred in the amount of $34.14. Go ahead, interpreter.
24 марта 2021 года против ответчицы Анны был выписан штраф в размере $7,000, и также стоимость судебного разбирательства составила $34.14.
Plus 4.18% applicable interest. Go ahead.
Также 4,17% по процентной ставке.
On March 25th, 2021, I posted the order imposing penalty on the property and at City Hall.
25 марта 2021 года я выставил штраф на имущество.
I inspected the property on August 27th, 2021, and the property is in compliance.
Также я осмотрел имущество в 27 августа 2021 года, и данное имущество находится в соответствии.
I am submitting 8 photos for the record.
Для записи я отошлю 8 фотографий.
The pictures submitted for evidence are a true and accurate representation of the condition of the site at the time the pictures were taken.
Данные фотографии они отправляются в качестве доказательства того, что во время того, когда фотографии были сделаны, имущество находилось в таком состоянии, и данные фотографии являются правдивыми и точными.
The order imposing penalty was recorded into the public records of Charlotte County, Florida.
И приказ о наложении штрафа был записан в отделе общественных записей округа Шатли.
On April 22nd, 2021, OR Book 4752, pages 1207 and 1208. We lost him. The call was disconnected.
Russian.
Just if there's something she doesn't understand, because sometimes it gets complicated. But I can, for the most part,
Why don't we do
I'm
that?
able to,
Let's do that.
okay.
So once we, Mr. Chairman, once we get the interpreter back on the line, I'm sorry. what was your
No,
name?
we got disconnected the first time.
Ms. Porter will speak on behalf of the
All
respondent.
right, hold on one moment.
Who's familiar with with the respondent's position.
Okay.
The interpreter will be available to answer any questions that the respondent may have to clarify the situation. But it might make things go a little smoother. We're dealing with, basically an argument by the respondent as to why the fine should be reduced, and then Ms. Porter can speak on her behalf if the respondent is okay with that.
We are in an extraordinary situation, and that would be just fine.
Thank you.
Okay. So if you understand what they're saying, I can speak, or you can speak for yourself. However, if we understand what he's saying.
Okay, I'm going to repeat the last part of this because I'm not sure when the phone actually cut off. The order imposing penalty was recorded into the public records of Charlotte County, Florida on April 22nd, 2021, OR Book 4752, pages 1207 and 1208.
And it's recorded in special book.
This is the interpreter speaking. Would you like me to interpret this part?
Do you need to have that interpreted? Okay.
Yes, please.
All right. So from the order, right? Penalty. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Хорошо, у нас есть приказ об уплате штрафа. В публичных записях он записан на 22 апреля 2021 год. В книге это 47-52 страницы, 1207 и 1208.
On August 10th, 2021, the respondent, Anna Mortzova, filed with the board a request for the reduction of fine in the amount of $7,034.14, requesting that the issues regarding this matter be discussed before the board.
Также 10 августа 2021 год поступил ответ и подан запрос на уменьшение штрафа до $7034.14, и вопрос запроса обсужден перед Советом директоров.
On August 27th, 2021, a notice of hearing for a reduction of fine request to the September 15th, 2021 Code Enforcement Board meeting was sent to the respondent, which was received on August 30th, 2021.
27 августа 2021 год. Уведомление о слушании и запрос о снижении штрафа. 15 сентября 2021 год. Отклик на запрос и ответ получен 30 августа 2021 года.
I posted the notice of hearing for fine reduction on the property and at City Hall on September 2nd, 2021.
Я разместил уведомление о слушании, в котором будет запрос на уменьшение этого штрафа 2 сентября 2021 года.
The respondent, Anna Mortzova, was notified the request for a fine or a reduction of fine would be treated as a request for a reduction of fine pursuant to Chapter 162, Section 162.09, Parent 2, Parent C, Florida statute.
Oh, sorry, this is the interpreter speaking. Would you be so kind to repeat from Section 162?
Chapter 162, Section 162.09, 2C, Florida statutes.
Thank you. И далее ответ, рабочий ответ на уведомление о запросе на уменьшение штрафа рассматривается как требование о наложении штрафа, и глава 1.62, раздел 1.62, точка С.
City staff has stipulated that if the reduction of fine is approved,
Также, если уменьшение штрафа будет утверждено,
and if payment of any remaining fine amount is not paid within a date ordered by the board,
и также, если оплата оставшейся суммы не осуществится к дате, которая будет объявлена заказом главы,
that the lien remain valid as recorded in the public records of Charlotte County, Florida.
тогда будет зарегистрирована публичная жалоба по сводкам Флориды.
I re-inspected the property on September 14th, 2021, and found that the property continues to be in compliance.
И также имущество было осмотрено 14 сентября 2021 года, и основание собственности продолжает находиться в этой жалобе.
I am submitting an invoice for case costs incurred in the amount of $18.84.
И я выставляю счет для этого дела в $18.84.
Thank you, Officer McDaniel. Does anybody have any questions for the respondent at this time?
Well, if I might.
Yes.
And this is the opportunity for the respondent to ask or tell you why why she feels entitled to the reduction in fine. I understand there were some extenuating circumstances about her ability to be back to the United States after traveling to Russia. And so, interpreter, please explain that to the respondent, and then the respondent can tell her story, and you can interpret it for the board, please.
Oh, sorry, you're saying this to the interpreter? I can barely hear you, sorry.
Okay. Just explain to the respondent that this is her opportunity to advise the board why she feels that the fine should be reduced. And then she'll tell her story, and you interpret it, please, for the board.
All right, thank you. Сейчас тогда у вас есть возможность проконсультироваться с этим советом о том, почему вы хотите и вы запрашиваете уменьшение этого штрафа, то есть расскажите вашу историю.
Поняла. Хорошо. Можно начинать,
Alright. Can I start?
да? Мы с мужем каждый год, можете переводить,
So, me and my husband every year
уезжаем в Россию. Переводить.
go to Russia. All right, this is the interpreter speaking. I will ask the client to use much bigger segments of information, so I can translate part by part. Вы можете немного побольше говорить.
Хорошо. Потому что у мужа была больная мать, ей было 91 год, вот, и мы вынуждены были ездить каждый год в Россию, чтобы там заботиться о ней, и где-то было это раз в полгода. Ой, раз в год.
So me and my husband, we always go to Russia annually every year because my husband has a sick mother. She is 91 years old. So annually we forced to go to Russia to help her.
В этот раз мы тоже поехали 31 декабря 2019 года. Мы купили билеты туда-обратно, то есть туда мы полетели 31 декабря 2012, а обратно мы планировали прилететь 12 апреля 2020. То есть у нас были билеты туда-обратно. Все, можете переводить.
So, and this time we went to Russia on December 31st of 2019, and then we came back again, and also we planned to came back on April 12th, but we came back on, oh sorry, I will verify that with the client. И какого числа вы вернулись?
Нет, мы собирались вернуться 12 апреля 2020. На эту дату у нас был куплен билет обратно.
All right, yes. So we have planned to return on April 12th. We had the tickets.
And the ticket was attached.
Но начался COVID-19, и все границы были закрыты. Но даже не столько вот ковид, то есть это стечение обстоятельств такое. У меня заболел муж. То есть 27 марта мой муж заболел. А 28 марта был последний рейс из России в Соединенные Штаты. Переводите.
So then the COVID-19 has started and the borders were closed and my husband got sick on March 27th and on March 28th we had the last flight from Russia to United States.
Я не могла оставить мужа. Даже когда полеты возобновили, мой муж продолжал болеть. За это время он также переболел ковидом, очень тяжело. Я тоже переболела, но у меня это было в легкой форме, а он очень долго болел и потом долго восстанавливался. Переводите.
So I couldn't leave my husband alone, even if the flights were available again. He continued to be very ill with the COVID. He had a very severe COVID, but not me. So then he also took a time for recovery.
Ой,
Okay.
И как только разрешили врачи лететь моему мужу, то есть он не мог никуда лететь, ну, путешествовать он никак не мог, потому что это было опасно для его жизни. То есть врачи ему запрещали куда-либо лететь или на пароходе плыть, ну, в общем, длительные путешествия. Переводите.
All right, so the doctors they forbidden to my husband to fly to travel anywhere because of his condition.
И, как я уже сказала, я не могла его оставить, я заботилась о нем, потому что он единственный человек в этом мире, который мне дорог, я его люблю, и я просто его не могла оставить, иначе бы он мог умереть. И, в общем, я обязана была быть с ним и заботиться о нем. Переводите.
So as I mentioned before, I couldn't leave my husband. I took care of him because I love him, I appreciate him, so I couldn't leave him because he could die. So I was feeling that I have to be next to him.
Как только врачи разрешили моему мужу лететь, у него немножечко состояние улучшилось, то первым же рейсом мы вылетели в Штаты. И, ну, переводите это.
But as soon as the doctors allowed my husband to fly, we took a first flight to the United States.
And tickets are attached, and as well as the translation of the medical records that he had in Russia, and the best translation that was available for them to get. They're attached as well.
Можно дальше говорить?
Can I continue?
27 числа, 27 марта, о, господи, что я говорю, 27 июня 2021 года врачи разрешили моему мужу лететь на дальнее расстояние, и у меня было всего один день, чтобы перевести медицинский документ. Я перевела справку от доктора. Если нужно дополнительно, то у нас целая пачка документов моего мужа о состоянии здоровья, и если нужно, я их тоже отдам в перевод. Можете переводить.
So on June 27th, 2021, the doctors, they decided that my husband's able to fly the long distance. So I had just one day to prepare all of the documents and to translate that doctor's record notes about my husband's condition. So if it needed, we have the whole folder of additional documents which I can send to the translation.
Mr. Chairman, if I might,
Yes.
the respondent, as part of her request, submitted a letter which she signed, apparently dated August 10th, 2021. And if the interpreter would ask Anna, the respondent, if she would adopt that letter plus the documents that were submitted with that as true and accurate as her testimony under oath, we might be able to move this along a little bit quicker. Interpreter, did you understand what I was saying? Ask her.
The interpreter speaking. Would you like me to interpret that?
Yes, please.
Oh, sorry, because I can barely hear you. Sorry about that.
I'm sorry. I'm wearing a mask. Please ask Ms. Morozova if she would adopt the letter that she dated August 10th, 2021, and the supporting documents that were submitted to the city along with that letter as her testimony under oath.
Thank you. И также скажите, есть ли у вас какие-то также подтверждающие документы от 10 августа 2021 года, которые вы прикрепляли к этому письму?
Да, есть.
Okay. Would you ask her, please, if she has anything else to add other than what she's already said under oath today, as well as with respect to the document she submitted in support of her request?
И скажите, есть ли еще что-то, что нам нужно знать, помимо того, что вы сказали сегодня, и помимо тех документов, которые уже были отправлены и прикреплены?
Эти документы, о которых я сказала, ну, целая пачка, там более детально описаны все болезни моего мужа и сроки, когда он, значит, болел ими, какие назначения были врачей, ну, то есть все более детально. То есть в справке, которую я приложила к письму, там написано как бы в сжатом состоянии только диагнозы и время, когда он болел. А в документах, которые я могу перевести и приложить, там сказано все более детально. Но они не переведены на английский.
So these documents I mentioned before, I have this big folder of the documents. They are stating about all my husband's illnesses, diseases, and it's described in detail because, and the time frame as well, because this letter, which was attached to this claim, it's written shortly. It's just the date and time, but the documents I have, there is my husband's condition described in detail, but it's not translated yet.
Thank you. I think, Mr. Chairman, I think the documents that were submitted with her letter and the interpretation or additions that the witness has testified to should be sufficient. I don't think we need those originals since they're not in English anyway.
I'm not sure I have the medical.
Хорошо, спасибо. Те документы, которые вы приложили уже к существующему письму, я думаю, что их будет достаточно, потому что они значимые, поэтому не нужно делать ничего насчет других документов, тем более они не переведены еще.
Я поняла.
I understood.
Has the board had an opportunity to read the letter that came in?
Yes. Yes.
Do you have any objection as accepting them as an adoption of her testimony?
No objection. No objections, no.
Okay. Does the board have any questions for
I believe
Morozova?
I believe the documentation is pretty thorough with regard to the rationale for the request for fine reduction. So I don't think there's any more that can be added that can be constructive.
Joe, do you have any questions?
No, sir, fine.
Nora?
Nope.
Well, then, I will entertain a motion as to what we should do with the request for a fine reduction. And I agree with Mr. Stoccolato that I find that the documentation is more than adequate to establish a cause for the problem, and Officer Faulkner has testified that the problem has been resolved, so that's our purpose here.
I'll make a motion. Jardina. Motion to find that the reduction of fine request is approved, and the fine in the amount of $7,034.14 plus 4.81% applicable interest issued in the previous order On March 24th, 2021, plus additional case costs incurred in the amount of $18.84 is reduced to $200, and it is further ordered that the respondent shall submit full payment within 10 days of the entry of this order. After payment, the city shall issue a satisfaction of lien, which shall be recorded by the respondent at their sole cost and expense, and further ordered that if the respondent fails to submit full payment to the city within the time frame specified herein, the remaining unpaid fine in the amount of $7,034.14 plus 4.81% applicable interest issued in the previous order of March 24th, 2021 shall remain valid.
Is the interpreter still there?
The remaining fine was 200.
So essentially, my request is to reduce the fine to
If it's
$200.
approved, and I saw that you had written it out, we'll read it, have the court reporter, the interpreter hear it again, and we'll let her know.
Isn't the remaining fine $200?
$200
You
plus.
said 7,000.
No.
No.
If she doesn't
reduced to
pay
200.
the 200, the rest, the 7,000 will be due.
Oh, okay.
Motion has been made to find that the request for the reduction in fine is approved, and the fine is reduced to the amount of $200, and that the fine shall be paid within the space of 10 days. Otherwise, the original fine shall be reinstated. All those in favor of the motion as presented?
We need a
please signify.
second.
Huh?
We
Oh,
need a
I'm
second.
second, yes. I'm so ahead of myself.
Motion is
This motion
seconded.
is
Motion
a
is
motion
seconded.
and second. Is there any discussion on the motion? No discussion. All those in favor of the motion as presented, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And no opposition, the motion is carried.
Okay, so if we might, court interpreter, stay on the line just for a moment.
Sure.
That doesn't sound good. Now the line dropped off. This is as much fun as NATO.
All right, by the way, this is the city attorney. If you would advise the respondent as to who is speaking, please. Interpreter?
Oh, sorry.
Yes, this is the city attorney speaking. Just advise the respondent who it is that is speaking presently.
All right. Сейчас разговаривает городской прокурор.
All right. I'm going to read the order that was just approved. So I'm going to read it slowly and stop at appropriate spots. It is hereby ordered that the reduction of fine request is approved, and the fine amount of $7,000 plus case costs incurred in the amount of $34.14 plus 4.81% applicable interest issued in the previous order of January 27, 2021. I'll stop there.
Хорошо, я сейчас тогда прочитаю тот заказ, который был одобрен. То есть запрос на уменьшение штрафа был одобрен. И сумма штрафа $7000 плюс стоимость дела $44.14 плюс применимые проценты. Также предыдущий заказ был сделан 27 января 2021 года.
Plus a case additional costs in the amount of $18.84 is reduced to $200.
Oh, sorry. Would you be so kind to repeat the amount? It was $18?
$18.84.
Yeah, thank you very much. Плюс добавочная стоимость $18.84. И также все было снижено до $200.
It is further ordered that the respondent shall submit full payment within 10 days of the entry of this order.
И дальнейшее указание в том, что платеж должен быть осуществлен в следующие 10 дней с момента осуществления этого заказа.
After payment, the city shall issue a satisfaction of lien, which shall be recorded by the respondent at their sole cost and expense.
После оплаты осуществится погашение залога городского выпуска и будет записано, что на дело было отвечено и затраты были использованы.
And it is further ordered that if the respondent fails to submit full payment to the city within the time specified herein, the fine in the amount of $7,000 plus case costs incurred in the amount of $34.14 plus 4.81% applicable interest shall remain valid as recorded into the public records of Charlotte County, Florida, OR Book 4752, pages 1207, 1208.
Oh, sorry, would you be so kind to repeat the last number for the interpreter?
Yes, 1207, 1208.
Thank you very much. И также, то есть полностью заказ будет составлять сумму в $7000 плюс сумма в $44.14 плюс применяемые проценты 4.8. И это будет действительное публичное свидетельство, подписанное штатом Флорида по справке 417.1208.
Right. Appeal rights. You have the right at your expense to appeal the order entered by the Code Enforcement Board by filing an appropriate proceeding in the Circuit Court in accordance with the Florida Rules of Appellate Procedure. Any appeal must be filed within 30 days from the date of this Code Enforcement Board order.
Также у вас всегда есть право на апелляцию, и оно будет происходить по соблюдению специального кодекса, соответствующему штату Флорида процедуре. То есть любое рассмотрение любой апелляции, оно будет происходить в течение следующих 30 дней после исполнительного листа, то есть после того, как будет подана эта апелляция.
Okay. And so if you would simply explain that if she pays $200 to the clerk of the City of Punta Gorda clerk within 10 days from today, that the fine of the $7,000 plus the various costs will be reduced to just the $200.
Хорошо, то есть если вы заплатите $200 в суд, третий городской, который называется Керк, то через 10 дней с сегодняшнего дня этот штраф 7000 плюс затраты будет уменьшен до $200.
And ask her if she understands that.
Понимаете это?
Да.
Okay. Thank you. Anything further? All right, interpreter, please let her know that we're going to be handing her a copy of this order. And we will also, after she pays the $200, send her a document that she is going to need to record with the clerk of the circuit court. That would then be on record as reducing that $7,000 fine. Can you go ahead and tell her that, please?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. Хорошо, также мы сделаем копию этого приказа. Если вы заплатите $200, у вас в вашей справке будет записано то, что от этих 7 тысяч, то есть этот 7-тысячный штраф у вас понижается до $200. То есть если вы их заплатите в течение 10 дней.
Поняла.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you, interpreter.
Oh, is there anything else I can help you with?
That will be it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for using our services. Have a good day.
You too, bye.
Okay. Proceeding to the next case on the docket.
Here's your
Wanted to thank
Okay.
everybody
Step right up.
for reducing the fine.
Thank you very much, everybody.